Welcome. Can you believe it? It's 2025. 25 years ago, we were all stressing about the Y2K and all the rest of it. A lot's happened in this last 25 years, including the fact that I actually switched to digital photography a little over 10 years ago. So I thought, being the start of a new year, I might jump in and share perhaps some of my goals and thoughts for the year ahead. A lot of the time we get to New Year's and we make all the New Year's resolutions and we drop them. I'm not going to do resolutions, I guess my hopes and aspirations for the year ahead. I've already got a lot of things in motion, so there's a lot of workshops that are literally about to drop next week. So we're super excited for those. I really didn't stop this Christmas break. I had a few days off to enjoy with family and friends. I had a few projects around the house, but a lot of planning went on behind the scenes. So we're ready to jump into it. But for me personally, I want to get back to some basics. Somebody said to me not that long ago, I went out for coffee with a colleague and he asked me why I got into photography. And that's a really good question, something to ask yourself. What first grabbed your attention? What was it about photography that really inspired you? For me, it was all about a creative outlet, something that I wanted to do just for me. I felt like my life was missing that creative outlet. I've always been a creative person, whether that was painting or drawing or even writing. I have always loved having a creative outlet. And photography for me was something that allowed me to share my stories, but it was something I could just create on my own. I do tend to be a bit of a solitary person. I am an introvert, even though many people who know me think that I'm probably an extrovert, but that's only because I'm comfortable around them and in my own skin with them. So I wanted something that I could do, but I also wanted something that got me out of the house. Initially, when I got into photography, I wanted to do landscape photography and those beautiful, beautiful silky waterfalls. And I did. We learnt all that. My husband got involved as well, and we both go out and shoot together. And I wanted something we could do to get out of the house that was fun and creative. Initially, we also met up with other people in other groups, and that was how we learnt, because both of us were pretty much beginners. Even though I did film back in school, it had been a long time since I picked up an SLR. So we had to learn everything all over again, and being members of photography groups allowed us to learn from so many different people. They shared their knowledge with us, no questions asked. And I loved that about these groups. If I had a question, somebody would answer it. And I felt that I really needed to pass that along. And that's why I do with a lot of my own groups, my own classes. If somebody's got a question, I will answer it to the best of my ability, and I want to keep going with that. So what are my aspirations for this year? I want to get back to basics. I want to get back to shooting what I love. So creating stories, so perhaps some more conceptual portraits. I also want to get back into still life, which I just didn't do a lot of last year. I was just so busy with so many other things. And still life is a means for me to find that creative calm, that creative center. It's sort of a Zen meditation for me in some regards. So on top of that, I've also been starting to put together a whole brand new online class. You'll hear more about that in the coming weeks, I'm sure, because I'm not quite ready to release it. But I have really enjoyed getting back to basics, going back and doing things like light studies and projects, putting a particular lens on my camera, whether it's a lens baby or a macro, and just shooting with that. So I decided to come up with the art of still life, number 3. So if you've done 1 and 2, I'm sure you're going to love number 3. We go even deeper. I hope to inspire you even further on your photographic journey. Other things that I want to do, I've got some creative projects that I am dying to get into, and I really, really want to carve some me time out and get them done, such as cyanotypes. I've got some furniture repair or update, makeovers, whatever you will, that I want to do for the studio as well as for in the house too. So I have been playing around with getting dirty, really. I mean, getting the sander out and sanding back wooden furniture and getting paint out and really having some fun with some furniture makeovers. I still haven't quite got to my cyanotypes, but I will do that, and I will put up some videos on that when I finally get round to it. So this is me holding me accountable. And if you haven't seen my cyanotypes and you're still looking for them, bug me for them. Please do. Put a note in the comments, jump on Facebook and say, hey, have you done those cyanotypes yet? I bought a kit over 12 months ago, and I just haven't found time to just sit down and do it. But it is definitely on my list for this year. So there's more workshops, more classes, more creative time for me. Plus, I will be putting together more YouTube tutorials, more Instagram content, more Facebook, more TikToks, more behind the scenes. I want to go back to basics. So if there is something that you'd like covered, let me know in the comments, because I will add it to my list, and I've got quite a long list of things that I want to cover off. But we're going to get back to basics. We're going to get back to different lighting in the studio. We're going to get back to different camera modes. I'm going to get back to the basics of editing. So what's a really good editing workflow? That's another one that I want to cover off. So there's a lot that I want to discuss in the coming weeks and months ahead. But I just thought I would jump on today and share a little bit of my hopes and aspirations, my goals for 2025. I would love to hear what your goals are, so don't forget to put that in the comments as well. And I really do look forward to a truly creative and inspirational 2025. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.